Who's up, Mr. Marufo?
Cause number 2021 0D01230, State of Texas versus Jose Francisco Vasquez. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rock on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Albert Beal here for Mr. Vasquez, Jose Vasquez.
Is that your client with you, Mr. Beal?
It is.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Macias, are you here on this one?
Yes, Your Honor, De Macias for adult probation.
Okay, and I'm opening a case summary, but it's not a case summary. Give me a second. It's some alcohol monitor reports. Mr. Macias, why don't you give me the rundown on Mr. Vasquez, why we're here for an admonishment?
Your Honor, Mr. Vasquez here is on probation for a DWI that was reduced to a DWI BAC. Mr. Vasquez is on the Lifesaver mobile device, and Mr. Vasquez has been having violations on the mobile device. I sent an email to the court requesting an admonishment hearing because for the months of July and August, Mr. Vasquez has had at least 12 positive BAs on different days and has had more than 55, I think, 55 missed tests. This had been brought to Mr. Vasquez's attention, and Mr. Vasquez ended up missing more. That's why towards the end of the month we have more misses. But just to inform you, as far as September goes, we have more violations. We have positive, and we also have some miss, but we have positives on the 3rd, on the 6th, and on the 11th. And this is seems to be like an ongoing thing. Mr. Vasquez flat out refuses to admit that he is drinking at all, and he also refuses that he's missing. And so I request this admonishment hearing because Mr. Vasquez has already been through my TAP program with one of my counselors, and he's also completed the repeat offenders program, but at no point are we're just flat out denying any violations. And at this point, I need the court's intervention.
Okay, so 56 skips, and I gotta think that's only gotten bigger, right? Probably have more than 56 skips. That's what's on the report. Mr. Beal, why don't you tell me what your client thinks is happening?
Well, Judge, I'm kind of at a loss without looking at the records, but I will certainly do that. And I know this isn't we're not doing a revocation. I think the court is probably is probably in the right to admonish my client. At least we may not agree with the numbers, but there are a number, and I'll have to check with the life people to see what's going on with this machine.
Okay, so what is the ACOP we have outstanding, Mr. Macias?
I think it is the 10 days.
Was that part of the plea? Is that part of the?
It was, Your Honor.
So we kept the days ACOP the same as if it was a third. Was it a true third?
I think it was a true third, but the priors had been some time ago. They were length very, I think maybe over 10 years, maybe closer.
Right, I think that just looking at some of the bookings in Odyssey, the second was back in 2006. Can you just confirm for me on the days ACOP, Mr. Macias?
Yeah, once called, I do have 10 days. But they were left pending.
So, for Mr. Beal's, reference, Mr. Macias, can you forward to Mr. Beal I have two reports. I have July and August. If you will supplement that with what you have for September for me. For now, honestly, I'm at revocation.
Judge,
So-
if you send me those reports, I mean, I know
Sure.
that you're going to
I just-
admonish him, but I will admonish him as well. If we're-
I don't know what kind of admonishment. If someone is, I guess, in denial, when you have 56 skips and dozens of positives, to me, there really isn't anything to talk about at this point. If you haven't gotten the picture, Mr. Vasquez, that you're supposed to be compliant, we're going on 3 months now. Frankly, I'm at a bench warrant. So I don't know if you need a minute with your client. That's where I am. This is excessive non-compliance on the one thing that he's not supposed to be non-compliant on. It's a DWI third. Is he driving?
I can tell from the photos, Your Honor, that, yeah, he is driving.
Does he have permission to drive?
From what I see here, we have no driving into the court grants permission, and the defendant has a valid driver license and vehicle insurance.
I don't know if Miss Nieto is on there. Have we looked at his, or have you, Mr. Macias, have you run him for traffic citations?
The only ones that I can see are ones from the sheriff's department and from like Justice of the Peace. I don't see anything from like El Paso, or at least I don't have anything from El Paso. I don't have access to that.
Mr. Macias, have you checked his driver's license, see if it's active, and his insurance? Have you asked for those?
No, I have not got those, sir.
Have you asked them to produce those for you?
No, I have not asked them to produce them.
I believe Mr. Beal, and I'm gonna, as you're asking, I'm gonna go back and see if I can see the plea paperwork here. I want to say that I would have said no driving, but let me go back and look. You're telling me the condition says no driving, right? Unless the court gives permission?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. No driving unless allowed by the court. So whether he had a driver's license or not, unless subsequent to that he was given permission, I don't show that.
Judge, may I have a moment with my client? I'll just-
Absolutely.
And
Let's take a quick break. I'll give you about 5 minutes, Mr.